you know, they sort of obsessed with their inner functioning and inner working. If you look at such a frequently mild, meek-mannered guy as our now Foreign Secretary, to have said the sort of thing he said about the EU being like the Soviet Union, it is completely geared towards this very small thing called the Conservative Party membership. And you know, there's all that positioning going on all the time, and as is, in his case and others, how they position themselves on Brexit.
They can't help
themselves,
kind
of mad. Isn't it?
I mean, come on, look, Macron, when he's losing in the polls, or he's bad in polls, he starts having Brexit lies. Rutte, I remember him going slightly to the right when he had a concern about Wilders during the Dutch elections. They all do it. It's just a shame that it's such a critical moment of British history.
I agree with all of that. But what I would say, which I'm surprised I'm going to say it, from what I caught of the Prime Minister's closing speech, she positively surprised me. It looks to me she's gone back to where she was on the steps of Number 10 when she first went in. And if she isn't going to follow through on what I'm about to say, then they've basically invited themselves out of office, because she gave a very clear statement that austerity is over. Yeah. And so I don't know about this budget, but she's basically told the country the pipes are being opened and public spending is going to start rising.
It's a full 180. Do you remember? Because when she had such a disastrous election, just before that, the thing that really killed it was the fact she said she was going to start taxing pensioners more, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's interesting, and the previous issue we were talking about, I thought they got so narrow-minded they were missing the mood. There was a very interesting YouGov survey published last week that the public mood in the UK has shifted to the highest since 2002 about being prepared to have higher taxes, which individually many might not want, but that was an ongoing survey that's gone on for ages. And so the country wants seemingly something different, and which is what the Labour Party is coincidentally feeling. And so some of the issues they're on about have got some resonance. But the Tory party is so lost in itself about positioning supposedly post-May and the whole Brexit thing. It doesn't seem to have its antenna. It's supposed to be a party that really understands how to win and do.
Is there a way forward, though? I mean, if you look at what Boris Johnson was proposing at the conference, it was almost a bit like Trump, with a much lower tax regime, for instance, trying to stimulate. The voters have gone for that elsewhere.
It's cuckoo land. I mean, yes, he is trying to do that, but you know, against the background of those kind of surveys, I mean, how does that work? I mean, I was at an event the other night where somebody started banging on about lowering corporate taxes. You know, that's the spreadsheet from the 1970s. We've had many countries trying to lower corporate tax rate for the past decade, and one common theme about every G7 country's expansion is investment never goes up. Maybe it's beginning a bit in the US now because of the degree of support for corporations, but this idea that all it does is artificially boost the ability of companies to go on a borrowing spree, buy back their own shares, and this sort of game of apparently reporting never-ending rising profits at the same time of never rising wages is feeding the core of why so many normal human beings are pretty cheesed off with life. And why I say May's speech slightly surprised me in a positive sense is somebody's got her antennae going again to be sensitive to that.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.